Hello, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. So, today we're going to begin with the energy of the magician, the magus. I should say the magus. That's what it's called in the Thoth deck system, whatever. Also, let me mention, your reading is now activated. So these are timeless readings, right? And when you click on them, they become yours. They're yours in some capacity anyways. They might not always be like the story of your life or some situation that's happening right now, but I promise you there will be something within this reading that speaks to you. It might be something that is a wonderful, loving confirmation. It might be something that you say, dude, I didn't come here to like cry. I didn't come here to hear about this stuff, right? I don't like it. You know what I mean? You're very kind of like repelled by it. And I get that. In the same way, when I hear something about myself I have not started to even look at, I say, nah. No, thank you. Maybe next time. But we have this magus energy. So I do feel like there's a sense of really pulling together these different variables within your life to world build. And that's what the magician is for me. 100% from top to bottom. This is the weaver of the matrix, right? Of the realities in which you dwell within. And it doesn't have to just be consensus reality, right? You might be somebody that has a very rich interior, and that's where you spend most of your time. That is also very much constructed by this magus energy. So, you're building. We're on the build, baby. So let's see what the tea leaves are going to say there, Leo. And I have missed you. It feels like it's been a million years since I felt your energy. Although, the other day, I found out that both my sister and I are we are Virgos. We're 16 years apart, right? But we're both Virgos, and we're both Leo Venus, right? We're both very much Leo lovers. Okay. Which, as you probably know, can get pretty messy. We don't mess around with our loves. Okay, so again, I want to say thank you. I have to say, 337. My goodness, how clear is that? That is like just bang right there. But I want to say thank you for clicking on the reading. If you have any interest in supporting the channel, not monetarily. I'm not saying send me some money. That's not what I mean. Clicking on the like button, that's the big one. Sharing the video on like other platforms with your friends, your family, whoever. What's the other one? Subscribing. And if you want to leave a comment, I've been asking, what have you been wearing as far as color? What are you drawn to lately? Are you intentional about the colors you wear? Do they make you feel different ways? Like when I wear, usually I wear black. I'm a Virgo, right? So I wear black a lot. But when I wear like certain kinds of blue, I feel just like way more at ease. Like ocean blue. I have this one dress I'm thinking of. And when I wear it, I just feel more free. I don't know. It's not the cut of the dress because it's kind of tight actually. But that blue, that's probably what I should wear next. So anyways, let's get going. We have the dog, we have the house, you can see. We have a person here and we have a person here. We have one in a very kind of devotional posture. Arms to the sky, praying, making appeals, maybe singing the songs of their deities or, whatever it might be. Now, we have somebody in front who seems to be almost kind of more of, the terrestrial one. The one that's working in the materials of the Malkuth, right? The physical realm. They're really involved in probably things like making money, keeping the household together, paying the bills, having financial plans, building something for the whole family unit, right? Something like a legacy that they can keep a hold of. Now, I feel like this is probably you, right? Now, I also think that you are also this person over here with this great devotion. I tend to feel that this sometimes gets you at like in a place of being at odds with maybe your significant other, your spouse, maybe family members, maybe an adult child. I don't know, but it's somebody who you're close with. And I feel like you probably live together. Now, your devotion doesn't necessarily mean that it's religion or spirituality or the occult or magic or whatever. This could be, the art that you make, the things that you write, your skills, your job, whatever it is. I feel like at times it really takes you far away from everybody else. I think that you really get into the thing, and I think at times you find it difficult to pull yourself away. You like to work hard. You like to make resources, make money, make something that you can really look at and say, yeah, dude, I worked super hard. I had to learn a lot. I had to, eke it out a little bit. I had to find, all the things I needed to do this thing. But I stuck with it and I did it. And I stand on this square proud. And so I feel like there seems to be almost a situation within the home where there is somebody circling. There's somebody, an intruder, if you will. I don't know that this is something like infidelity, but it feels like it could be. I feel like it's somebody interested in not only their target, like maybe your spouse, but it's more about you, actually. I don't think that they'll go for you directly. I don't think this is like they're trying to seduce you or court you, but there is like a obsession with you, right? Like you are the thing that they want to obtain, and maybe they can't or they don't know how or whatever, so they go for something that they think might be more obtainable or won't hurt them so badly when they fail. This feels like somebody who is a predator. They're calculated, okay? So if you know somebody in your life, or if you, I don't know, are aware of somebody that definitely has a history of infidelity or cheating, like lying, right? Manipulating the situations, not being forthcoming, right? And this could also be like somebody who's trying to get your job, but they're like totally the snake at work. You know what I mean? Like the one that's always like cutting corners, but then calling somebody else out saying, oh, they didn't do this, or, you know, they're reporting people to HR, or, you know, whatever, right? For no good reason, by the way. I'm sure there are reasons. I've never had it. Can I just say I've never had a job where we had HR that I knew about? I just literally, I mean, maybe, I guess maybe. I worked at Blockbuster like when I was 20. I've worked a lot of in restaurants, and I don't know. So maybe there's HR in restaurants. There probably should be, but I have never heard of it before. So anyways, also this looks like the name Mary from this direction that I'm looking at it. It looks like Mary. Okay. Your person, though, don't get this twisted up. They're not following for whoever this weirdo is, right? Like, if you have a spouse and you're hearing me say this, they're like, somebody around them is trying to like infiltrate and like get in and whatever, and you're just like, yeah, but I trust my spouse. Yeah, you should, because they roll with you. 100%. We have the dog. Now, it could be, again, like I said, this might be your job. This could be like a situation with like your adult child, or, you know, whatever. Whoever your, as we say, partner is, right? Whoever you ride with, whoever rides with you, there's not even a moment of like doubt, right? They are not going to even begin to, think about, I mean, they're not even thinking it. There's no, they won't even humor it, like even the thought. So really rest in that feeling, because I mean, it feels solid. It feels like you have a solid home. Now, like I said, there are times where you're pulled away and you're just really, really, you know, you're absent. I'm sorry to say that, but you are. Sometimes you are absent in your own life. We all are, right? I'm not like making any implications that it's just you. We all are at times. But your person, your people, your family, especially those you live with, you might have problems within the home sometimes. Who doesn't? But they will never turn on you. They will never let somebody get over on you. They will never humiliate you in that way or take advantage. I don't think so. Not often would I say this, because I'm really of the mind people, often it is the people that we trust the most. I mean, my own experience in life tells me this. You know, growing up, I had a very abusive and neglectful household. People who were supposed to be the pillars of my life were the most demonic people. You know, I mean, they weren't demons, obviously. They had demons for sure. But just nobody's ever hurt me like that. Nobody could ever hurt me. That's why, like, you know, I'm shy. I get embarrassed, whatever. I'm not afraid of anybody because, dude, I have been hurt. All right. Like, as bad as you can't. Now I have my daughter. Okay, so I don't even want to think about what she could really hurt. I mean, she'll make me cry, dude. She's a sharp tongue like her mama. But nobody could really hurt me beyond how I've been hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very much of the mind that anybody, especially people who are supposed to love you, who are supposed to be close to you, those are the ones that really do the damage or can do the damage. I don't feel that here. I don't feel you ever being in that situation where you can't trust this person or these people in your life, and they can trust you as well. So I applaud you for that, because that is a rare dynamic. 100% rare. Rarity. All right. So we have Mary. And then I turned it. Look, it's Mary, not Mary like RR. Although it could be. We could put this one as an R right there. Look. MARRY. And then you turn it and it looks like ME. An uppercase E. Marry me. I'm not asking you to marry. Let me be clear. This is not a proposal. I'm not proposing to you. Spirit might be proposing to you. Somebody might be proposing to you. We also have, again, that number 337. It also kind of looks like 77, which is crazy because that's a big number in my work right now. 72 or 77. Wow. Yikes on a bike, on a whatever. Is that what it is? Yikes on the bikes? Bikes on the yikes? I don't know. Yike on a bike? I don't know. Weird. Are you getting married? Do you have like a secret relationship that like you don't even know about? You're like, I don't think I'm getting married, but yeah, that's strong. So listen, also it could be marry me, like mother marry me, like mother me, be my mother, my undying devoted mother, undyingly devoted mother, undying. This is like a zombie, like zombie mom. No, that's not what I meant. An undyingly devoted. Right? Is that right? Yes. It could be something like that. It could also be union. I mean, really, it doesn't have to be like we're getting married, like let's file it with the state. So they say, okay, you're married. Now you're married or whatever. By the way, if you want to just like get married, I just can't understand why people don't get married without legally getting married unless it's like I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole here. Don't, Lenor, don't. Stay here. There are no squirrels over there. They are not over there. But it could be like a unification, right? Like the chemical marriage, the lover's card, combining of. So let's see. I want to keep moving this thing. I want to look a little bit more and see. I know we have a fish over here, so we do have some money stuff. 2 fish. Here and here. Here and here and here. Okay, so we have LIE. Lie. Oh my gosh, and it looks like it says liar up here too. How did I see it? Yes, so it does kind of look like an A, but if you just go L-I with the thing and the A and then the R, it's liar and lie. Why? There's also a V. A big V. All right, to the cards. We're going to see what's up. What's up? What's going on? Why is there a liar? Why does it say liar and lie? I mean, that's like doubling down, dude. Not only did you lie, but bro, you are also a liar. I'm not talking to you. It's whoever is in your life that's doing it. Although if you did lie, the cards are going to tell us. We're going to start with these mini Thoth cards, and we're going to see kind of just I like the tarot card first, and then we're going to do the oracle card just to kind of like narrow it down, and then we'll get a little more detail through the oracles. And this is how I It's not pre-planned. You can tell because I don't know what I'm talking about when I... So we have a Prince of Discs. Okay. So we have somebody who is very, maybe like a physical laborer. Somebody who gets their hands dirty, maybe in construction, thinking road work for some reason, maybe trees, like tree trimming. They're outside a lot. They're thinking a lot, but they're very close to earth, like dreamy in the head, but very close to earth. Probably not on the internet or on their phone very often, kind of like one of those outlying analog type people, you know. Doesn't feel... why did I think redundant? It's not redundant. Doesn't feel smug about it, I guess. But just like an earthy, like a genuinely earthy person. Okay. Now, I want to see. There's something about lies. Let's go ahead. Who is the lie involving? Okay, so we do have that mixing. Okay, the art card is all about the alchemical processes of combining, right? Combining and then basically purifying, right? And doing the same over and over again. And so I think that this is probably about some kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic, but whatever combination that you have going on, dynamic, there's something here where we're going to see maybe... Oh, okay. So it feels to me like they're going through an evolution, self-evolution. This is somebody who's like, they're becoming their next form. And in that transient kind of transmutation, they are volatile. Okay, I feel like they're not feeling like themselves very much. Like there are times where I feel like they're very reactive. Okay, indulgent in some ways to probably medicate themselves in some way. I'm not saying like alcohol or drugs or anything, but like whatever it is that, like, even if it's work, just being outside, I need to, you need them to come in and do something with you and, this and that. And they're constantly disappearing. They're out, you find them outside doing stuff, working, looking at the sky, whatever, right? So I feel like there's this sense of being worried about their withdrawal, trusting in them, but also feeling like you're drawn to, like, trying to figure out how can you help, what can I do, whatever. And this is why I feel like there's almost a sense of them going into almost a state of hiding things, right? Omitting things. And I don't necessarily think that it's about like, oh, I'm doing something bad, I don't want them to find out. But I don't want to talk about this. I don't want anybody's input about it. I'm doing the thing. And I'm not asking anybody. I'm not telling anybody. I'm just doing it. And if you find out about whatever I'm doing, it's not really, I'm not going to explain myself. Even if it's like benign. Right? Like they started buying a different kind of bread and you're like, what's going on with it? I don't want to talk about it. Why are you all up in my business about the bread I'm eating? Why are you always analyzing me? That kind of thing. We've all been on both sides of that one. Maybe not the bread, but you know what I mean. When your spouse notices you're like dude, I'm just trying something out, okay? So I feel like this is kind of more but liar. So we're going to see. What else is it? Let's see. More defined. Why are we feeling so strongly about this? Restlessness. Okay. their restlessness, and it really is. Riches, okay. Domination. I'm almost like, is this person manic? Are they like all of a sudden like on one? They're like getting secretive, this, that, and just acting out of sorts. Like, has a million ideas, wants to do all these things, you know, knows all the whatever, you know, the ways to do it and this and that, and wants to get rich and shifting around. And it almost kind of feels like they're on warp speed right now, you know, and yeah, they're enthusiastic. That's it. This is enthusiasm is the next one. And I'm going to, we'll do one more. Assertion. Yeah, and they're just really overly asserting themselves here. I feel like this is how they're medicating, honestly. They're just really getting like hyper involved with their projects, their dreams, all this stuff. And I feel like for you, it kind of can look unrealistic maybe at times, or kind of like you're worrying, are they like ramping up into like really, you know, going off the deep end, spiraling, that kind of stuff. And ultimately, you know, I feel like, I don't know. I think let them cook, dude. Let them cook. They might come out with something. Now, if they're spending money you don't have, or, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, I'm going to start this business, and they go spend 15 grand on some BS, and then they never do it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, then it's kind of like you got to rein it in, my friend. But again, I see you on board because you are manifesting, and now maybe they're manifesting, you know? Maybe they're on that world builder tip too. I'm just going to look at this one really quick. We have, it looks like RC up there, RC, and we have two messages, okay? Two messages, and I feel like these are in the physical realm. I feel like it's almost kind of like mail or phone calls or something that you've been avoiding, and it's something that you're going to need to take care of because it's going to cause bigger problems down the road. I think it's just like some bureaucratic whatever type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go get your license renewed, or you know what I mean? And you're just like, okay. Gotcha. I heard you. I'll be there, I promise, you know. And then it's 3 months later and you get pulled over. And, you know, hopefully they'll give you a pass. We all make mistakes, but you never know. You never know. So, let's see. 22 is the first one. 88. 41. 22, 88, 41. All right. Well, Leo, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here. It is always such a great pleasure for me, a great honor to bring you these messages, to sit in this energy with you. And I love you. So if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, that would be wonderful. If not, also, that will, you know, you're wonderful anyways. We'll talk soon. Good night.